Hello everyone, this is chapter 5. So today we will cover a few more things and we will clean up we will clean up this project as well, like how we can clean up, make it little neat, and also we will see how to create a new pages and how to create a different uh, sub dialog return depending on the your exit state. So that all will cover today. So yesterday, or you can say the last video, we have seen how to use the form element, how to use counter and decision element, and as well as the action element. So now, on the basis of language selected, we will modify the language path also today. So to do that, so first of all, let me clean this video, clean this whatever we have created the mess. So what I'll do, this page is also you can rename. So I'll make that page as a start page, and also you can create a new pages. So this page I have created, right click, new page. Then it will create it and it will have the page entry, page 2. I'll rename it and rename it to the transfer page, because normally we transfer the call whenever we presses something, and also the page entry also will make as a transfer page. So transfer, we have one page created transfer, and then we have this. So now what we will do, after selecting the option, instead of sending that call back to we are sending a call to ICM saying it disconnects. So instead of telling that, we will make it as we will make the caller type T, so that the ICM script will check the caller input and then say if it is a T, it will assign to the default queue or whatever the queue we are sending. That's how we segregate disconnect call and the transfer call. So to achieve that, what I will do, same thing, I'll copy the subdialog return, go to this. So if you see that each element, you cannot have two elements with the same name. We need to segregate naming conventions also. So this is my CP subdialog return, or you can CP subdialog return with transfer. This is return, and it will be transfer CVP subdialog. Transfer CP subdialog return. So like that, and here I'm doing T. Okay, this is the T done. Now ICM will check the caller input T, and we can assign queue, languages, ANI, DNIS, everything in this later part of the video will cover that. And I'll make that transfer to this. Here also we can apply one audio file saying that we are transferring your call to the agent, so that the before transferring the call to the agent, user or caller will be ready, or he will listen some some audio files. So I'll make this a transfer audio, or you can say let's make T capital, because these names will come your activity log actually. So transfer audio. Here what I will do, I'll put one audio file only, which is saying agent transfer audio, agent transfer dot wave. So we are landing your call to available agent. Please hold, please wait. Please hold on line. Be on the line. Please be on the line. So this we are done. Now this will connect to transfer. CP subdialog return. Now if you double click on the transfer, currently this page is not connected to anything. So that's why if you double click, it is not jumping anywhere. So what I will do, I will use page connector. Okay. There is a page connector, because this is called page connector. So there is one page connector and there is one page entries. This is called page entries and this is called page connector. Okay. So page connector and page entry, you can use multiple times, no problem. So let's say, so if you click on the page entry, you will see this sign. So now the transfer page is assigned. So if you click that, it will jump here. If you click that, it will jump there. So like that, it will happen. And all the three options I'm sending to transfer. Okay, and I'm disconnecting only those call which has the max tries. So my this call, let's maximize window a little bit. Okay, so this CP subdialog return only going from the max try. So that's how I wanted to achieve it. But if you see this ugly here and there the wires, so to avoid that, we can have the page entry anywhere, and we can assign the page entry, rename the page entry anything. So what I'm assigning is entry for max tries. So now, as soon as I created this enter, so now I have how many entries I have in my complete Call Studio. So if you click that, this is the entries I have. 1, 2, 3. First is start of call, which is this. This is the my major first entry. Then I have now newly created entry max tries also, and the next page as well. So what I will do, I will apply page connector. Okay, I'll apply page connector. I'll take this entry here. I'll connect this entry to thank you. Okay, and this wire which is connecting to max tries ugly. So what I will do, I will just create that entry here, max entry. So if you see that, if you click it, it will jumping here. See, if you click it, if you click this one, it is jumping here. So now that's how you apply page connectors. Max tries done. So now that is the way you just make things little clean in your College Studio project. So that will be little cleaner, and also there is few shortcuts also to make it right, align left, that I'll explain later. And similarly, if you see this retry, it is going here in bypassing multiple things. To avoid that, what we will do, either we can bypass this value. Let's say I want to, okay, let's retry will go like that. Okay, and then what we will do, we will make one page entry here to the counter. Yeah, so no match counter, like that we can do. So what we will do, rename is to the nm counter entry underscore nm entry underscore nm. That's it. Okay, so this will connect here. It is not required, but to avoid the overlapping and disturbance of the wiring here and there, you can use that way. Similarly, what I will do, I'll copy the page connector, paste here. Look at this, page entries can have multiple in same page. So see, I copy pasted, no copy underscore came here, directly page entry. I need to make it to correct page entry. So I click that, it jump here. So what I will do, I will just, this flow will jump here like that. So now it is little, it looks little good. That's it. The purpose of this, to avoid the interchanging or interconnecting wiring. That's it. So this how the page connector and start page and creation of new page will works. Okay. Now we need to change the language path. So earlier we have set one default path, right? So we have set one default path in the endpoint setting. Audition. See, look at this. So currently our the default path set to English language. Now what we need to do, now our language got changed. So folder structure should be changed also to play remaining prompts, right? So this prompt currently this prompt, the store menu.wave is still playing from your this folder, English folder, but the language is selected as Hindi or Tamil. So ideally this should also change, right? So there is a two way to change it. Either you create a session variable, a selected language session variable, and every time whatever the language is selected in one, every time whatever the language or whatever the option is selected, reflect it will reflect the audio path. So single variable will work, or else you can create different action elements. So I'll show you both practice. So let's say, so to achieve it, what I will do, I will use one action element, simple action element. I'll use every audio element, every element. Actually, counter also is a action element itself. You can use the action element also, but normally we don't use this action element because uh, this required a customization. So what we will do, either we use counter. Normally we use the method set value or counter, and out of these two we use, because these are also the action element. If you look at that, this is also setting. You can change the variable here, and similarly if you go to the counter as well, similarly setting. So same thing, it is the same thing, same variable you can use. Apart from that, is there any other variable, any other action element? No, I think this two is good actually. This is good actually, this one. Set value is good, I think good enough. Database also you can use, but not required. Set value is fine. So what we will do, so after each value selected, set set audio path underscore HIN. So underscore HIN, Control C, Control E, and I'll rename this to set audio path Tamil. Okay. So let's change this. So what we are achieving here, as soon as you selected Hindi, so that's the way you can select complete structure, and you can move like that. So this is the easiest way to move. Okay. Now done will go to Hindi, set here, and this done will go to Tamil, set here. Now, and after the what we need to do here is we need to change the audio path. So default audio path we need to change. Either we can use the setting, or this setting also enough. We can use this setting as well, set value. We can print that data as well, and data or session, it's a session variable actually. This is your default value. Where is went, where I have not created note, but yeah, this value is called default audio path. How we can check the correct spelling? Call Studio Guide you can download. From Call Studio Guide, the correct variable, this variable name will come. So default audio path is the variable name. Where you can see in the custom, you can see in the element configuration document provided by the Cisco. So you will see the variable name. So what I'm going to do is session data name default audio path. This naming convention we need to see to check that. We can actually check right away. Element element data guide by Cisco Studio. Net is not working, I think, but let me check. I think it is yeah, it is gone, I think. My net is not working. As soon as it will come, I will show you. One minute. Let me open my hotspot. So this is the default audio path. What value you are putting? Same value, you can put. Remember, either you can hard code like that, HIN. So now next time when your default audio path is used, it's a session data actually. It's a session data, not a limit data. Session data is default audio path. And the you can before after anything because it's a separate data. This is also have the significant create before or after. This is I'll explain this later. So this is how you can set the default audio path. If you go there, if you see this in the audio setting, we use the same variable by clicking that, right. If you remember, see, use default audio path. So that's how you can now you have changed everything, change everything to Hindi. Now all the prompts after this will be will be taken from the will be taken from the uh, Hindi folder. So like that. So after that, this store, if you I just uh, make like that. So now this audio file will be taken from the Hindi folder. Okay. And let me just download the guide for you. I have the now my hotspot is running. It's a password required. One minute. Just a second. I'm just checking what is my password. Is it? It is connecting. So as soon as it connects, yeah, it is connected now. So element CVP. Oh, there is one document with an event specification. Yeah, this is the document I'm talking about. So this is the document I'm talking about. CVXM Server Call Studio element specification. Or there is one more Call Studio programming guide. Call Studio programming guide. Yeah, this one. So if you call Studio programming guide, yeah. So these two documents, you whenever you download like that. So they have newly released 15.0 as well. Anything you can open. Let's open 12.6 programming guide. So here we will search that Control F. We will search the default audio path. Let's say path it is not coming. Okay, because it's not. Okay, let me download this file first. 28%. Control F. Now this get default audio path. There's like set default audio path. You can see this. So set default audio path is also this one of that. And which variable it is, we will see that. Yeah, look at this. So the path, this is the variable set default audio path is a super session variable it is. That's how you can set your default audio path. Either you can set uh, this is the set default audio path and it runs. There is one variable actually. Just to go to that variable. We should have that variable name. That's it. It's same variable name because in this jar file, if you open the admin.jar, the jar file, this interface, you will see that this variable name session data default audio path. So this is the method name and it will use the default audio path variable. So what we will do, we will change like that default audio path. So now when after that, whenever you will use, it will pick from Hindi language. Similarly, similar thing we will do for this. Similarly, default audio path create. I'll just copy paste this one. We paste, change it to Tamil. Okay. Now this audio will, now after that file, let's change it to Tamil first, otherwise it will create problem. Now after that, every audio file will be playing from the Tamil folder. This is the one way. The second and very smallest, very good way is, uh, we can use the default audio path till the certain value. That is also we can achieve. How we can do that? The third way is, instead of creating any big variable, you can create, like here, language selected session data, selected language. So data, you can create a session data like selected language, selected lang. This selected lang variable holds your whatever the language you have selected. So in this one, it is Hindi, add. Similarly, you can use the same variable you need to use every time. Selected, yeah, now it is correct. Good. Same variable you need to use, otherwise it will not override. Here you are using Tamil, add. So this variable you have used, and there is one variable called, you can push default language variable. So default language, you can use this either from your config files, txt, whatever you are loading at the beginning of the call. So you can put like default lang, default lang. So this default lang is eng folder, or you can say eng folder, because it's in window everything is window. We do not have naming convention in the folder structure. So you can either put capital eng or small letter eng, anything. Okay. So now currently this in the property we have used till eng. Now we need to make it small till the audio only we need to use, and inside this itself we need to create a language path. So either you can use this, or you can use one more action element called set or default path, like that. Set default path, set audio path, like that. You can use set audio path similarly, and this will go at the top of the call itself. Done. And this default audio path, now this path I will play from till here. Wait. So now this is my default audio path till here, till audio. Currently it is not English folder. I need to make this English. So first I have set the default audio path till audio. Now what I need to do, inside my default lang, that's why the significant of this will come. Okay. Now default audio path is set. Okay, let's use this variable here itself, which is the variable default lang, right? So we will use default. We can create one more variable, default lang. We will create this eng English, add. Default lang is created, default audio path is created. Okay. Now we'll come to this, and here we will change this default path. So what we will do, so this is also very critical. You should check it. So default audio path, update, and here what we need to do is, so whatever the path we were having, we need to add the default language in that. So already we have one default path, right? But we need to append this English folder, right? So what we will do, same variable. Now this curly bracket sign you are seeing, this curly bracket sign you can click. You can go to session data. You already have one default audio path, which is where you have created that. You have created that here. And what you can do, you can put this is a string value only. You can put this and add another session data, which is what? Which is your default lang. So default line. So that's how default line. So now you can see default audio path appended with your default language. This appended with your default language. So now you can see you have modified. Sorry, here we need to modify. I'm very sorry. This is not required. We should not save that. Control Z. Remove that actually. This should be ENG only. Update. Default length and default audio path is this and default length is this. Okay, already I have added this. Okay, so this is also I can add like that. So update. Okay, so default audio path till audio and then default audio length is English. Here I will change that. I'll change the default audio path. What I will do, I will go to the session data and my already session data is already there. Audio default audio path. The slash is already available. You don't need to put the slash. Just add another session data default language, which is automatically append. And the slash sign is already there. In slash sign, I have already mentioned already here. So no need to put the slash sign. Both the places, this slash is already there. So as soon as you do that and update. So after that, it will pick default audio path and slash English folder. Now, once your language is selected, you need to change that. Similarly, what you will do, you need to change the default audio path again. Similar fashion you need to do. I'll make this HIN slash date selected line and this is default language. Okay, so now I need to change it to selected line. Domain folder. Now this one will go instead of doing this, delete to my session data. Now you already know the session data here is default audio path. It's set to English. It is set to English. Okay. So that is little critical point. So what you need to do here is now it is already appended. The default audio path is already appended. So let's rename it. Let's rename this default audio path. 1 minute. Default audio path. This is the audio path and slash English. So this is appended already. Now I no need to use this path. If my language is selected to Hindi, I need to change the I need to append the selected line. Okay. Yes, we can do that. We need to completely put it. That's how it will work. Okay. So now here we'll go. Similarly, write this session data, default audio path, paste the value. Then what you need to paste? Your selected language. Add tag. Again, session data, selected lang. Click add tag. Now your default audio path is here set English here. Now here you have changed to selected language. So now when it is selected language, you no need to use two. You can use one variable itself because it's a session data only. And here you are using selected lang. Here also using your selected lang. Here it is Tamil. So as soon as you go your default audio path, it will selected lang. It will use as a Tamil or as an Hindi in the same variable. So that's how you can change dynamically in your call flow. We will update this. We will again try to run that in the debug mode. Let's see how it works. Let's say, well, first we validate. There is one error is coming. Let's see what error it is. We'll see the error. Okay, action element audio path table cannot be left. Okay, yeah, that is the mistake. So this there is one table they generate. So which we should not keep it blank. So we can use here also. we can use the here also. Enter the valid variable name. So I'll say default. So this table cannot be blank. That is the drawback of using this action element. That's why we normally use the counter itself, because counter or some other action element does not have this problem. A counter will not have that problem. So that's why this table, this is kind of table default created, but we will use this only. Let's say. So what is the variable name? Okay, default OT path. Let's create that variable name. This is the variable name. Okay, one table we need to put, and this is the value. Done. Similarly here we need to do default audio path setting, add control C, okay, and here we have modified that. Done. Now we have changed the default audio path in the element setting as well. Right click, validate. Now the no errors, still error, follow studio problem, compilation error, not EOF. As JavaScript compile error. What is the error is? What is the okay? Eval line number 1, column 34, eval line 1, column 59. What is the problem? What problem we are having? Correct only. It's correct only. No? Change it to session data again. Default audio path add tag. Okay. Done. Okay. Save. Validate. Let's see. Okay. Now it is similarly we will do here, because we have set it. So now we are using this sign. So we must use before here. Both the places we should use before. Okay, that is correct. Here also we should use before, not after. Yeah, now it is correct. Default audio path. Go back to setting. Go there. Session data. Default audio path. Remove. Okay, now remove that. Yeah, this way. Default audio path. Session data. Default audio path. Okay. So now our default audio path is set correctly. We will validate that and check. Validate. Done. So both error gone. Now let's run this. Deploy, debug and run it. You need to wait until the sign connection time. The sign comes. Correct. Similar practice. We will check the good scenario. One scenario we will check, like selecting option 3 and language Hindi. Second scenario we'll see selecting language Hindi and later disconnecting the call with max tries. So both scenario will check. By the time it should come actually, but it is not coming. Similar slow. It is slow actually. This is always error came. So as soon as the error came, we need to stop it and restart. Now it is coming up. No, it is not. Yeah, it is coming. Yeah, it is still happening. It's happening. Huh? We'll wait for another 1 minute. It is still happening. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, let's go back to the builder mode. Let's restart Sometime for me not, it's my little mistake. So sometime not for me, I'll restart like that. It is coming now. Let's see. We'll do the same thing. Right click. Validation already we have done. So let's see the debug mode. Again, we will wait until this come correct will come. Then now connect came. Let's click on connect. As soon as you click, the voice application will invoke here. Maybe Call Studio 15.0 may not have this problem. But until the Call Studio 12.6 has that issue. Now, let's see. I'm choosing one, entering. I am going to, you have selected option one, and now look at this. My audio is okay. My folder is not updated. My audio is still playing from audio folder. This is wrong. This is wrong. It should play from the Hindi should be added actually. Hindi, it is not added here. So our default audio path is not and it is not captured properly. It is playing in a wrong way, but okay, we will fix that issue. We'll fix that issue later. Currently, what we will say, we will run the flow. We will jump to the transfer page. Okay, I'm pressing 3. If I press 3, if you see that, I presses 3 and now it jumps to the transfer page. Look at this, my second page, and my call is transferred. Similarly, if I connect again, this time I will do the max tries option. So I'll select press 2, audio. It is playing wrongly. It should have the added English folder. Now in this I will press 5 one time, again 5 2 times, again 5. Max tries 3 attempt greater than equal to 2. Now you can see it is disconnecting and playing this. So now it is going to this subdialog return. So that's how you can have this. Let's close this. That's how you can have the different subdialog return on the different pages. Either your transfer, either your max tries, or some exception also you have some other subdialog return. So that's how you use the different subdialog return to identify whether you need to disconnect the call, whether you need to transfer the call, whether you need to exception and disconnect the call. So exception handling also you can put in the reporting. So these all terms are good in reporting perspective. Okay, so that's how you use that, and that is the way you use the clean up the page entry and page you clean up your flow. Now there is one more perspective I'll tell: deploying the application. So for deploying the application, if you're deploying in UAT, remember, if you're deploying in UAT, then your general setting must have this debug, because in UAT, or you can say the SIT, we might have the debug. We require the debug logs, but in production we don't. So first I will just what I will do, I just right click and deploy, as I am deploying in SIT or UAT server. Deploy. I will deploy not in the .zip file. I'll deploy that in the folder, only normal folder, and I will keep this in, let's say some nice. Okay, I'll create one folder in desktop. Okay, I'll create one folder in desktop, make new folder. In the new folder you can say the app application, IVR application folder, IVR application deploy folder. So as soon as I do that, look at this. So this finished. Let's see. So I'll rename there. So you can see new folder is created here. Now in this folder, let's rename this folder first. Let make it meaningful, otherwise I will also forget later. Right click, application deploy. Okay. So as soon as you go inside, you will see there is application folder. Now this is application folder, same name which is available in the server, like Cisco CP VXML server application. So this is the structure. You need to copy paste this complete file. This complete file will have your admin, your data, your Java and log folder. Currently we don't have any Java, so this will be empty only. Classes, we don't have anything. We are not using any class, but whatever the pages, whatever the decision element, whatever we have created, it should be in data folder. So look, if you see that, look at this. This is all the XML file which we have in the it is required to deploy. And in configuration, we will have all the elements. Look at this. This all the elements we have created, right? Max size audio, NM audio. This all the element we have. This all element converted into XML files, language menu, max size audio, and all our decision element comes in this. So lang menu tries, store menu DTMF check, store menu tries. So this all our decision element come in this folder. Look at this. Okay. And now what is this application folder? This is very, very important. This is your activity log setting. We will I'll explain this later, but what is very useful is very, very useful data is logs. You should have in the while going to production, you must delete the debug log. So in the setting.xml, there is one debug file. You must comment that while you are putting in production. Okay, so this must be commented, otherwise your server may go down because of the load. So that's how. Once you save it, and now this complete folder is ready to deploy in the production as well. And there is a separate session I'll take to how we can override the day wise activity log, how we can override count wise, call count wise activity log. So that is a separate session I'll take and explain you those how we can modify the activity log, how we can modify the call flow.xml also, that I'll also explain. So this is for today. Let's hope you enjoy the video, you learn something about Call Studio, and this is done for today. Thank you very much for watching this, and please subscribe my channel. It will help me and motivate me to create new content for you. Please subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you very much. Have a good day.